Hey everyone, this is Craig Duswalt with Rock Your Life TV, where we interview amazing people, and I do a lot of RockStar trainings in between. And today we are blessed to have one of my favorite people. I just hit my microphone already. One of my favorite people here in Dallas. We moved from California about 2 years ago. We set ourselves up in Dallas, and one of the first people I met was one of the most influential people I know, and he just rocks everything he does. Dr. Fab Mancini is my first guest on Rock Your Life TV. Let's hear it for Fab Mancini. Yeah, baby.
I feel like a rock star.
I know, you are a rock star. Totally rock star. So Dr. Fab has been on my stage 2 times already here in Dallas. We had the Ice-Mageddon seminar where February of 2022, Dallas had the one weekend of an ice storm. And I had 300 people come in, and we ended up with about 80 to 100. But Dr. Fab spoke there, and then he spoke in July at my last event. He's become a main stage, a rock star main person on my stage, and I just enjoy talking to him all the time. So let's get right to it. I do 15-minute shows. We're going to just crank it out. My message is deliver your message like a rock star. Yeah. So I teach people podcasting. I teach people speaking. I teach people things that you have to do to become a rock star in your business. But one of the things that I'm not an expert on, like I've dialed in everything else, except for this one thing. It's looking your best when you're delivering your message like a rock star. So that's where you come in. How do I lose 20 pounds by October 4th? Just hit me with that right off the bat. 20 pounds by October 4th.
Well,
I'm kidding.
the most important thing is you got to realize that how you feel has a lot to do with how you look. Mm-hmm. And the reason that I say that is because a lot of people have it opposite. They work so hard in looking good, but they don't change the way they feel. Mm. And then unfortunately, if you don't like yourself, if you don't feel good about yourself, you're going to go back to those same habits that got you looking bad in the first place. So what I like to do a reverse psychology. Mm-hmm. So if I feel good about myself, if you see yourself already 20 pounds less, how would you behave? What would you do? How would you relate to other people? How would you wake up in the morning? How would you feel when you wear your clothes? So it all starts in your mindset. Mm. And that mindset is what dictates your feeling. Your feelings dictate your behavior. So if you work at it that way, now you have an understanding. But what I realized, if you want to communicate like a rock star, you have to look the part of a rock star. Yeah. You can't be showing up all of a sudden like a retired rock star that's gained over 30 or 40 pounds.
During COVID.
The wrinkles everywhere, doesn't take care of themselves, doesn't even dress the part like they used to dress sexy at one point. And now you're like, what are you wearing? Is that your pajamas or something? So I do think that it's a matter of having a self-worth that you feel you got something special to share with others.
Yes, but let me interrupt if that's okay. So while you're in the mode of not feeling good about yourself, which I'm just going to be honest with y'all, I'm in that mode right now. I wake up every morning and I know what I should look like and what I used to look like, and I look at it and go, damn, and then every day I try and I say, today's the day where I'm going to eat better and do this. And then, you have a glass of wine at night, and then after the glass of wine, now you're eating pretzels and you're screwed. How do you, maybe this isn't a quick answer, right? But how do you, okay, so I'm in the wrong mindset. How do I shift that mindset because I know what I look like right now?
Well, the mindset is really where you want to be. So, Stephen Covey wrote a book called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Mm-hmm. And one of his principles was begin with the end in mind. Always have the end in mind. So let's say that your end is 20 pounds off, right? Now, I often say the only thing we have control over is our moment, our day to day. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times people make a month schedule or even a quarter schedule or a year schedule. That doesn't work because, everything changes. Everything can change in an instant with just a phone call that something happened, a breakup with your loved ones. So what we found in weight gain is the fact that our emotional distress is what causes us to drive ourselves in our bad behaviors in eating. So you have to be in check with your emotional stress, right? So the emotional stress, the thing is, you got to identify Am I living in a joyful state? Am I a happy person? Am I doing what I love to do? Or I'm in a miserable job. I hate my boss. You know, I don't know why I'm still living with this person that I married a long time ago, when in reality, we have nothing in common anymore.
Right.
That's the reality of most people's life. So the way that they cope with that, unfortunately, circumstance, is that they go to the refrigerator, they go to the pantry, and they start eating what? Sugar. Because all the high
so sugar's
carbohydrates
bad?
is all sugar.
Sugar's bad?
It inflames the body.
I know.
So to me, it begins with two things. One, in your mindset, let's say, okay, as of now, I'm going to visualize, I'm going to see myself 20 pounds lighter.
I like that.
So you begin with that mindset. Now you start asking yourself, from a day behavior, from the moment I wake up to the moment I went to sleep, let's write down what you did yesterday. And highlight what were the behaviors you did yesterday that you feel is not causing you to lose any weight. And then you create a new sheet for today, and you say, how can I replace that behavior today with something that is healthier for me?
I like that.
Only the highlighted ones. Keep everything else the same. So out of 20 things, you're going to have 3 things that were bad. You ate that cheeseburger, double cheese, bacon, everything, right? And today you're going to say, you know what? Maybe I'm going to have a tuna fish sandwich. You know, maybe I'm going to, instead of having chips, I'm going to have some fruit. You know, just one little change.
My son says that. My son's a workout, Tyler Duswalt. He's a workout, strong guy, healthy guy. And he says he has 1 cookie a day, and he takes 7 bites of the cookie. And I'm like, I have 7 cookies a day and take 1 bite of the cookie. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the main
and his
thing-
mindset is just have 1 to indulge. That's his indulge. You
And
know?
keep it longer.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the people that they don't want to drink a lot, right?
Yeah.
But they do a lot of social events. Just have 1 drink, but keep that drink the rest of the night. Don't just keep going to the bar and getting a refill.
Right.
Because as long as people see you with a drink, they're not going to be asking, hey man, what are you drinking?
Yeah.
Hey, let me get you a drink.
That's a college tip. We tell our kids in college, everyone's like, you know, in college, you have to have a drink in your hand at all time. Well, what if I drink the whole drink to get another drink? No, you just put water in it. As long as you have those red Solo cups, you're fine.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But if you start looking at the behaviors that are not helping you today or yesterday, being healthy today, replace a couple of those behaviors. And the one thing to understand is you don't have to be perfect. You know, losing that 20 pounds in the scheme of things, what does it really matter? Right? You're a healthy individual.
I am.
For the most part, everything is fine. You got a healthy family, incredible kids, an amazing wife. You know, your business has been growing forever. You know, so what does it mean? So a lot of times people rob their joy because of one negative little thing in their life.
That's what I do. I have everything else going great. But my joy in the morning when I wake up and I see this, I envision, I have the clothes. Do you know I wear black all the time? Obviously, strategically, right? But I want to wear colors. I really do, but I can't right now because it'll show off the thing.
So what I would do if I was you, I would make a commitment. I would declare that a month from now, I'm going to be wearing clothes that are light in nature. In fact, I will go buy them or take them out in your closet and see them every day. And put a date in there when I'm going to wear it.
I like that.
Right?
Okay,
so
visualize.
You got to be very specific with your goals, right? Brian Tracy says we have to rewrite our goals every day in order to be successful. Most people write their goals once a year, if they write them at all, right?
And they don't write them down.
Every single day.
Yeah.
That's number 1. Number 2, begin to change negative behavior and replace it with positive behavior. And don't try to do too many things at once. Just today, 1 out of the 3 meals, make 1 meal a little healthier. Maybe tomorrow, again. Maybe the 3rd day, maybe 2 meals a little bit healthier. Take little steps. And the most important thing, don't try to be perfect. Nobody's perfect. You know, so if one day you're going to have a bad meal, don't feel bad about it. You know that most of your meals are going to be healthy, you know, but remember that is your choice.
It is my choice.
At the end of the day, it is your choice. So don't beat yourself for the choices you're making. Either change the choice or accept it and embrace it. There's a lot of people that love you that way. You know, you don't have to not love yourself.
I do have to love myself.
That's what I'm saying, but that doesn't mean that is what's going to deter you from loving yourself today. And
there's my thing. That's my thing.
Because you're focusing on one aspect of your life.
I don't love myself.
I know. No, you don't love the overweight of
Yes,
yourself.
I love
but
everything
you love
else.
yourself.
No, I don't love myself.
Why not?
Because of this.
Nah.
Yeah, it is. I'm going to be honest with you. It is that.
If that was true,
Yeah.
then other things in your life will not be as good. You
Okay.
wouldn't have attracted a wife
maybe
like you
I like
did.
myself a
Your
lot.
kids would not love you the way that they love you.
Yeah, that's true.
Your business, clients and your colleagues would not love you the way. You're a lovable man. I can tell you that. I know you.
Thank you. All right. Thank you.
So this
Yeah.
is not you. This doesn't define you. This is a choice.
In my head, it does define me.
I know, but understand, it's a choice.
I feel like I'm in therapy right now,
Yeah.
which is great, actually, because it's working.
Okay, then
I'm feeling good. I feel good.
Phil's favorite quote. How's it working for you?
Right, exactly. All right, so let's switch gears for 1 second. Okay, nutrition we just talked about, and exercise, though. Where does exercise play into this? Do you think nutrition does it all, or do you have to exercise as well?
Our bodies are meant to be moved. But what most people don't realize that a lot of their movement is not helping them get to the body that they want to get to. I'll give you an example. I go to the gym and I see people not using the right forms when they lift weights and they end up injured. I see people on a treadmill kind of walking and all that. And yeah, that's going to be important, but it's not going to help you get the body you need. So if you're able to, what athletes have figured out is we have something called interval training.
Interval training.
You do 1 minute, very hard, whatever it is, sit-ups, jumping jacks, running in place, treadmill, bicycle. 1 minute really hard, 2 minutes slow. 1 minute really hard, 2 minutes slow. And you do that 5 to 7 times. The workout is about 17 to 20 minutes. That's all you need to get as lean as you want to get.
17 to 20 minutes total?
Total. That's all you need
So,
to be at your
my wife
peak
and I, who's
performance.
sitting in the audience, we do like 45 minutes on the treadmill, but we're at like a 3.5, and we're walking and talking.
Did it change
And we're on
anything?
our phones.
Did it
you know?
change anything?
No, it didn't change.
I know.
But in our minds, we're like, well, we did something today, which is better than not doing anything. But
Yeah.
yes, interval
It's
training,
good
I've heard
movement,
about
but
that.
interval training is where we find the most effectiveness way of getting leaner, getting to the ideal weight you want,
Yep.
etc. And then there's one thing that the New England Journal of Medicine just came out with about 2 years ago that said intermittent fasting is the healthiest way to lose weight and for anti-aging, to look younger than ever. And intermittent fasting doesn't tell you what to eat. It's just going to tell you what time of the day you're going to eat. So you fast for about 14 to 16 hours. Some people do 12. And then you only eat in a short window of 4 to 5 hours, right?
Yeah, yeah.
If you do that, your body will automatically lose weight and automatically will regenerate your system better than anything else you can do.
So you're talking about like you go to bed at 12, you start eating like at 12 or 2
So for
o'clock the
instance,
next
today
day.
I have one meal, and today is going to be probably around 4:30.
That you haven't eaten yet?
No, I always fast.
Oh, you do?
I've been fasting for a year and 3 months.
From like last night
Yeah.
till 4:30?
I do about 18 to 20 hours
Every
of
day?
fasting. Every day.
Me aprieta mucho, pero porque no estaba en teléfono, amiga.
Pero no te entiendo, mijo. Esto es lo que estamos diciendo. Tenemos que estar acá.
I should have known who I just said that to, because what I said meant nothing. Yours actually probably made sense.
Yeah.
Right? All right, so we have a couple of minutes left. All right, so deliver your message like a rock star. So, and I'm going to call out a certain situation, like I don't know a person that is this person, but like there's a person that works at Weight Watchers, right? And they're a Weight Watchers counselor, but she's like 250 pounds.
Yeah.
I look at that going, she might have been 400 pounds and lost 150 pounds. But the perception in my mind is that does not fit the bill of what you're teaching. So talk about that. No matter what we do in life, like I teach marketing mainly, why do we must look like the part of we are. If you want to be a successful businessman, you got to look like a successful businessman. So I know we talked about weight loss and everything, but what about like energy? What about physical whatever to make you look attractive to other people so you get more clients?
Well, and you have to be careful because...
And attractive doesn't mean good looking, bad looking.
I know.
I'm talking...
The basic
physical
rule in science is this. It's very simple. That over 80% of your message is not going to be based on the words you say.
Yep.
It's going to be on everything else. The way you look, your tonicity in your words, whether you have a high pitch, low pitch, whether you go hard on your projection or you go slow because you're telling a story. It's going to be based upon your intensity and your passion behind your words. So staying healthy, I focus always on that. So to me, you know, English is my second language. And even though I'm an international best-selling speaker, $50,000 a speech, even though I've written 4 best-selling books and I can even write, right?
Right.
It doesn't matter because I never focus on my words. I focus on my emotional spirit, emotional component behind my words, because the audience is going to remember how they felt when I said it rather than what I said. So I don't worry about what I say. I have to give some value. That was my next point. Focus on the emotion behind the words. And the second thing is, to be a rockstar speaker, you gotta bring value to people. And how you bring that value, it can be in multiple different ways, right? You can bring a value through an exercise. You know, you can have people do an exercise and then all of a sudden they realize like, oh, wow, I didn't realize that. I must do that. Another value is through stories, right? People remember stories. So tell stories when you're giving a speech. Another value could be through a personal experience you had. So others can relate to what you've been through, and now they can say, wow, I never thought about that. Yeah, I'm going to try that next time, and maybe that's going to be. So the emotional component behind your words and making sure that whatever you do or say has value to the audience you're speaking to, you'll always have a rockstar speech.
Yeah. Dr. Fab Mancini, how does someone find you online?
It's easy.
Yeah.
drfabmancini.com.
Dr. Fab, DR.
No, F-A-B. Oh, yeah,
Oh, no.
DR.
DR, FABMANCINI.com.
Easy.
And you speak to corporations, obviously. You speak to entrepreneur audiences. You've spoken on my stage, and thank you so much for speaking on my stage. You're one of our favorites. My wife and I adore you and your family. I just met your second son today.
Luciano.
Yeah, I met your other son
Gianni.
at my last
yeah.
event.
I know.
And he's working at an ad agency in Fort Worth.
Amazing. No, he actually just got after that conference.
Yes.
He walked out of there with a whole different mindset. Got a company, job 3 times the amount of salary with $1 billion company right here in Plano. So he's going to be moving hopefully here in November.
You get your son back near home, at least.
It's exciting.
Dr. Fab, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being on the Rock Your Life. You're my first guest ever. Yeah, baby. All right, this is Rock Your Life TV. See you next time.